confessing his sins.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and we are underway on a Monday night. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. You talk about this Jets defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Herbert off of play action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Here's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, Herbert. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers.
And right away, he lost the football. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Charger drive about to get going. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Hayes. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's a give up the middle. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
3rd down and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
The Jets had 10 and 5 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Through the middle of the field. He's going to have the 1st down and then some.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 5.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism.
Herbert has it knocked free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hayes.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
That is caught.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Herbert.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak it's definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
He completes it to Tate. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Caught right side, Tate.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. From the 46, here's second down and 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got Burton here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest, and with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Ladd McConkey,
48 yards.
And the Chargers have regained the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 2.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Hayes. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown.
Juwan Johnson,
His first touchdown on the year.
and the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
And that makes it a 9-point game.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Here's Johnson with a reception. Touchdown. 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Back to throw here. This is caught by Tate. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game.
And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He gets this one to Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Now this one finds McConkey.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Ladd McConkey
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chargers are able to add on to that lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. Here's Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On first down, right back to Hall.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
They'll go again with Hall.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Left wing 19. Here we go. Set. Go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Sam Laporta.
53 yards.
And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes...
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now it's Herbert.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert now. This is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Kadarius Toney, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And running with power here. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Let's go now. Check smash. Check smash. 70 range. 70 range.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That is caught by Laporta. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He's got his man. This is Tate. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
60 Bobcat. 60. Shut up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man right side is Toney. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Out of the gun, Herbert. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hayes. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Buying time to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Herbert.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert
scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out. But
that's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. with his second touchdown of the night. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for two. Complete at the 1, but he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 49 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Play action. It's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Touchdown, Chargers! From 17 yards out. And the Chargers are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
There's Hall bringing in another one. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And hang on here. We've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now back to throw. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Sam Laporta, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit.
So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
For a 2-point conversion.
Check, 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 check. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it. Dancing to his left. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7.
Jets 43. Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. On is the Chargers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And the Jets will take over.
Ready up.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Take up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 52 yards.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Cade York to kick off.
What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground
To about the 48-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd down. Herbert to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hayes. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing, Herbert.
Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's third down. Herbert going to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on fourth down because you can try the long field goal. You could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. They snap it to Herbert. That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Herbert.
That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker.